How do you provide water to your people? Feed your people? Provide emergency power? You ought not to assume that you're going to be able to turn to county level or state level and purchase things from vendors. You're going to have to get on for a while with the resources at hand. And the longer you can get on your own on all of these areas, not only will you be helping your own local community, but you'll also be helping the larger society, because your community will be less of a burden on the other communities that are less well prepared. To the extent that centralized authorities still have resources that might come to the rescue, it'll liberate those resources to go to places where they most need it.
I'm calling on Americans to demand of their government that they take action and that they do whatever they would if they knew of an imminent threat to the existence of their children and their wives, their husbands. What would you do? You would do whatever is necessary.
The first thing we'd like people to do is to educate themselves, to visit the websites at Impact America and ask for the literature, and then educate their friends and family, and then become involved with us so that when the critical pieces of legislation come up, they can write their congressmen and senators and tell them that they support things like reestablishing the EMP Commission. Going to the individual level, I'd like to see a resurgence of the kind of personal responsibility that my father's generation knew, the kinds of things that you do to prepare for any disaster, that people should normally do in their lives to prepare for any disaster, the same kinds of things you should do to protect yourself against EMP. One ought to have a food supply at home, at least 2 weeks of food, a means of water, even if it's chlorine tablets so you can purify water, a medical kit at home. All of those things people should have anyway, because there are all kinds of natural disasters or emergencies that can always come up where the system may fail and you may need to provide for your family. If you have an emergency generator at your home, having solar cells, that also happens to be a good way of decentralizing the grid and making people more self-sufficient. The more people who can be self-sufficient like that, the less of a burden they would impose in an emergency on the rest of our societal capabilities to care for them. In helping yourselves, you're actually also helping others, and it would help the larger society recover from this. And Impact America will also have ideas on what people can do in more detail, to provide for their families in such an emergency.